finished the first parts, that means expert presentations. Now we are moving to next parts, the presentations from delegates. We have 4 delegates, and each delegates had allocated 10 minutes. I will remind you just before 3 minutes, finishing the times. Without delay, I would like to call upon the first delegates, Mr. Mujo Hasanović. He is a PhD student and research assistant from Institute for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology, University of Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yeah, you are welcome, Mr. Mujo.
Yes, thank you, Professor Mal Krishna, for the introduction. I will share my screen now, okay?
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Mujo Hasanović. I'm research assistant at the University of Sarajevo Institute for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology. And today I will talk about one major issue for the biodiversity on a global level, which are actually invasive species, specifically in our case study, plant invasive species. So our investigation include results of mapping and monitoring invasive plant species to protect endangered flora in eco-center Jezera near Bijeljina town. So what are actually invasive species? Invasive alien species represent plants or animals that are introduced deliberately or by accident into a natural environment outside their native habitat. And because of the high reproduction rate and fast spreading, they are very dangerous for the native species. Besides that, they can endanger local ecosystems or disrupt some food chains. Not only they are enormous economical, like they are doing very big damage for the local communities in terms of economical loss, but also we can talk about that on a global level. So Ecocenter Jezera is located in the northeastern part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is the part of lowland plain called Semberia, and the Semberia is part of the Pannonian Basin. And this location, if we look exactly like closely on the map, we can see it is very close to the Drina River on the east, and on the north we have Sava River. This Mesoregion plain was reshaped mainly by the deposition of various materials from Sava and Drina River, but also as well as the fluvial erosion processes. Ecocenter Jezera consists mainly of an anthropogenic swamps and lakes that are originated over the time of gravel exploitation from the Drina River. It also includes some mesophilic and hydrophilic meadows, and as well as part of the hydrophilic or fragments of the hydrophilic forest. The main goal of this research was to establish a preliminary list of invasive and endangered flora. For the materials and methods, we recorded all necessary data regarding habitat elevation, date of investigation, percentage cover regarding vegetational cover, as well as the coordinates, bedrock, and soil type. For coordinates, we used different GPS devices, and for the bedrock and soil type, we used geological and pedological maps. For the nomenclature, we used 2 databases. One is Euromed Plant Base, and the other one is the International Organization for Plant Information Database. To identify plant species on site, we had to use different identification keys. And because in Bosnia and Herzegovina, we don't have official list of plant invasive species, we used the preliminary one. A red list of vascular flora of the Republic of Srpska entity was used for the endangered or to determine the endangered and important plant species. Both invasive and important plant species are assigned with Raunkier life forms. So what we have found out, at the time of investigation, we recorded 78 plant species. 5 of them were invasive plant species, or 6.71%, that include Fallopia japonica, Ailanthus altissima, Asclepia syriaca, Amorpha fruticosa, and Robinia pseudacacia. These species are mostly originated from East Asia and North America and come from different plant families. Three species or 3.85% were recognized as endangered or important for the flora of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and these are Orchis militaris from the Orchidaceae family, and Nympha alba and Nympha luta, both from Nymphaceae family. All detected invasive plant species have established their populations with cover abundance between 5%, which is case from Asclepia syriaca, and 50%, which is in case of Fallopia japonica. Fallopia japonica builds a very large populations on a meadow, and we have like a similar investigation 3 years ago in the National Park Jezera, where we detected the similar things where the populations are mostly located in the area of pathways and walking roads. So scientists are now trying different methods to eradicate this species, and in the National Park Una, in the northwestern part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, scientists are using different mechanical and chemical methods to eradicate this species as a part of Sava ties, preserving Sava River basin habitats as part of that project. Second one is Ailanthus altissima. Between this pathway and the mesophilic meadow on the other side, we detected a large number of individuals of Ailanthus altissima, as well as the large number of sprouts which are spreading down the middle and could potentially endanger this species Orchis militaris from the Orchidaceae family. Orchis militaris, even though it is not on the IUCN,
Mujo, you have, Mujo, just to remind, you have 3 minutes left.
Okay, I will wrap it up quickly. This species is not on the IUCN red list, but it is mentioned in 2 agreements. Other invasive species were Amorpha fruticosa and Robinia pseudacacia, and we also detected some species like Populus alba, Populus nigra, and Salix alba, which are very important because Populus nigra is one of the most endangered species in Western Europe, and it is close to extinction. We can also mention Asclepia syriaca, even though we detected only 6 to 10 individuals, but disturbed ecosystem could potentially allow further spreading of this species. So we made this simple map for the people who are managing this ecocenter, and we can also mention these 2 species, hydrophytes, which are important because they can be used for like a bioindication for the water quality of these water bodies. So to conclude my presentation, we can say that invasive plants are very dangerous and pose major risk to diversity of indigenous flora. And to prevent their spreading, local communities as well as the government and social activists have to engage together in the eradication or monitoring these populations. Our further study will include repeated observation throughout the whole vegetational season, as well as establishing invasive flora plots monitoring. I would like to express my gratitude to the non-governmental organization EcoPut for providing us with all necessary support during the research camp. So thank you for the attention, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I will leave my information in the chat, and enjoy the next sessions and whole of this course. Thank you.
Thanks, Mujo. It's very interesting, and you finish on times. Really, you express how dangerous the invasive plant is, invasive species, and you also mentions how we can protect spreading this invasive species, because some species are so invasive they can dominate the native species. That's why it was very important, and how we can map or how we can monitor. I think this was very interesting. Thanks once again, Mr. Mujo. Moving ahead, the second delegates is from Brazil, Dr.